We did it. We finally paved our super steep driveway ourselves. If we can do it with zero experience, so can you. Our driveway is crazy steep, with some parts being a 12% grade. We own a plant nursery here, and customers are not a huge fan of the fear of being stuck in our driveway. And, more than once, there has been need for a tow truck. Yikes. So, we decided to take the risk and do it ourselves. The quote we got from a contractor was over $27,000. We did it for $12,000. This saved us around $15,000. Our driveway is far from perfect, but we are very pleased and our customers are too. Before paving, we had some prep work to do. Stick around until the end because we've got some secrets to make your driveway even better than ours. This Widowmaker hanging over the driveway had to go before paving. Thankfully, it's not a Widowmaker anymore. Tomorrow is our big day. We are paving this driveway.
Oh, it's exciting.
It's so exciting. So what we're trying to gather today is hoses to be able to moisten the millings and moisten the asphalt and keep the roller wet and the compactor wet, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't like stick to the equipment. That's the research we've done suggests we should have that.
We should watch that again.
we should watch videos all night tonight to make sure we know what we're doing. So we're going to connect a lot of hoses from our backyard all the way up the driveway. We're a plant farm, so we really can never have too many hoses anyway. And there's a little bit of bobcat maintenance you need to do.
Yeah.
Because that's like the star of the show tomorrow.
I don't know. I think the rake is.
Plus our backs. Look at you filling up your bobcat before it runs out of fuel. This never happens.
It never happens.
Today is the big day. We are getting ready to pave. The driveway is measured and marked. We are waiting on the truck to arrive and our help to arrive, as well as the roller that we rented to arrive. So right now we're just kind of at the mercy of everyone else. So we're a little nervous and a bit excited, and yeah, we really hope it goes well.
Run away, I disappear, I go back inside my mind. The places we had, do they become our faces in time? All the way, I swear again I'll never figure you out. The places we run, do they become our faces in the shadow of a doubt? Love is come to slay us, love is come to lay us down. Has she come to save us, has she come to see us drown? The monsters in us are unbroken horses, the beasts in our blood, the unbroken heart. We all die young like unbroken horses. We all die young, we all die young in the wild. Roll away, all the pieces, the fragments of time. When I knew myself, I knew my face in your eyes. Back away, see I don't need you to read me my rights. The faces I've been, I rest my heart again in the places of the night. Love is come to slay us, love is come to lay us down.
Don't look at the tired guy.
Oh my goodness.
He's exhausted, which I am too. I didn't do as much raking as I thought I was gonna have to.
That's a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
But in one day we got it done.
And one day it was actually close to, it was between 6 and 7 hours that there was actually asphalt being spread out and packed.
Tomorrow I'll recommend doing your own driveway.
Okay.
Today, not so much. Oh.
So now that Quinn is not as tired, he's had time to get his rest.
Yes.
Now he's ready to advocate for paving your driveway yourself.
Yeah, so it was a lot of work, a lot more than I expected. I think it's definitely worth it now that there's when people are pulling trailers, they're not spinning. So that part is super rewarding.
We're going to share the things that we learned. Some of it may seem super obvious, but at the time of paving, we did not know, and now we do. So the first thing that we learned, that I learned specifically, is a 3-ton double drum roller can absolutely pull a 12% grade. That was a massive concern of mine. I did not think it would be capable of making it up and down the hill without spinning or just not being able to make it up. So when we were choosing what to rent, the option that we had was either a double drum 3-ton or a single drum 5-ton. And when we talked to the rental company, they said that the single drum would work just fine. Well, it did not. It pulled the hill great, but it left terrible tire tracks.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
So much so that in the middle of the job, we actually were going to just have to cancel all the trucks that were still bringing us hot asphalt because the tire tracks were not going to be overcomeable. So thankfully, when Quinn called the rental company, they had a 3-ton double drum on site and they were able to bring it out to us. Once they brought out the double drum roller, the job went much smoother. Now I will say that I think a double drum 5-ton would have been the perfect machine for this job because the weight of the 3-ton wasn't enough to overcome the imperfect raking, but it's what we had.
It's what we had.
It's what we had. So we got to be the guinea pigs for you. If you're doing your own driveway and you're going to be raking it like we did, get a double drum 5-ton. I think that is the perfect machine for it. I really do.
And the other thing with that machine is it had sprayers that were spraying the drum. So there's a tank of water on the back, and so it's constantly spraying. So with the 5-ton, the single drum, we were spraying it with the hose because it would start sticking. So that is also a consideration when you're looking at the rollers. Just find one that has sprayers that are spraying the rollers constantly.
Yeah.
And then also, like, we didn't realize how hot it was. It's really hot when it comes out, and so like it was burning our feet. So and it's gonna stick to your shoes. So make sure you're wearing shoes you're willing to throw away.
Yep.
And as you're using your rakes and stuff, you want to keep them clean. They gets caked up with the asphalt. So you can spray it with diesel fuel. You can make sure to have scrapers scrape off the excess. But just keeping your tools clean, and it also helps you not get so worn out because it gets pretty heavy as it gets caked on.
It's true. Yeah, so things that we kept on hand that you absolutely want to have is a garden hose to reach your entire job site. Also keep on hand a sprayer with diesel fuel in it. If you use a Bobcat like we did, you're going to need to keep the bucket sprayed all the time with the diesel fuel. That way it doesn't get all sticky and clumpy and it just slides right out of the bucket nice and smooth.
We also did it in November, so it's starting to get pretty cool. And with that, the asphalt was cooling off pretty quick. So we didn't have a ton of time to work it with the rakes before it's like hardening up.
Yeah.
So with that, with our edging, it doesn't look the best. And so we had drew lines, but our goal was to try to get it raked and to the thickness that we wanted and as smooth as we possibly could. So we weren't really focusing on the edge as much. So it's what it is.
It is what it is, yeah. If we had a smaller job to do, we probably would have taken the time to put pavers for an edge so we could just make it flush with the pavers. We saw that online and it looked really nice. The other thing we recommend is get as many helpers as you possibly can. As many helpers as you can gather, get them all, because it is so labor intensive that even if you have too many people, it's okay because they're going to need to take breaks.
Another thing is, it's a little difficult to try to when you're raking, to make sure the thickness of the asphalt. So you need to keep just checking every now and then. I would just pull back some of the asphalt and just like measure my finger or something. But just to make sure that you're staying thick. You don't want areas to get too thin, get an inch or something. So
Yeah.
we try to keep ours around 3 inches thick. I'm sure some of it's 3.5, some of it's 2, I don't know, but we tried our best to keep it right at 3. But yeah, just continue to check.
So the first step, if you're going to do this yourself, is you need to call local asphalt plants and see their price for their hot asphalt and when they're going to be making it, because what we learned is it's not just readily available every single day in our area. There's certain days that they have it ready and there's certain days that they don't. So we were kind of at their mercy. That was first and foremost because we had to have that material. And then after that, we made sure that we had a truck driver who was willing to deliver it to us. We just paid him hourly, which worked out fine. And then we own a Bobcat. We did not have to rent one, but we would highly recommend, if you don't own a Bobcat and you want to do this yourself, to just rent one. Next, make sure you have enough asphalt rakes. We ordered ours in advance, had them put together in advance so that our laborers had the tools that they needed. And then make sure you rent the correct double drum roller. Do not use a single drum. I know that seems super obvious, but when we rented it, it was not obvious to us. Total, we spent right around $12,000, and that included everything.
Yeah, the rakes, the asphalt, the driver, the roller. So yeah, it was a big savings. So we're thankful. A day of hard labor and say $15,000, we think it's worth it.
We think you should try it out. Let us know how it goes. Feel free to ask us any questions. If we've missed something, I'm sure we could answer it. That was a really long day, and we've tried to share every little tidbit that we have so that you can do your job even better than we did. Hopefully it's better than what we did.
Yeah.
So a special thanks to all of our friends and our family that helped us get this job done. We absolutely could not have gotten it done without you all. And a special thanks to my mama who watched my baby so I could actually participate out here. And my dad ran a piece of equipment, and our neighbor ran a piece of equipment, and then we had so many friends just show up for us. So that was such a huge blessing. Thank you guys so much.
Yes.